A classified NASA file just surfaced online, and what's inside has space agencies in full panic mode. The document is stamped Planetary Defense Priority in red letters, with trajectory calculations that paint a nightmare scenario. 3I/Atlas isn't just wandering through our solar system anymore. The leaked data shows it's making deliberate course corrections, steering itself toward Mars with the precision of a guided missile. If these calculations are accurate, we're looking at an impact that would unleash the force of 1 million nuclear bombs, potentially shattering Mars and sending our entire solar system into gravitational chaos. This isn't theoretical modeling. This is advanced trajectory analysis showing something the size of a skyscraper moving at 67,000 miles per hour on a potential collision course with the red planet. If you want to see the leaked evidence that has governments quietly activating extinction-level protocols, hit that like button and subscribe, because this timeline is accelerating faster than anyone's willing to admit publicly. Picture NASA's Deep Space Network at 3 a.m., tracking what should be routine orbital adjustments. Instead, analysts watched something impossible unfold on their screens. 3I/Atlas had made 14 separate course corrections in 30 days. Each adjustment wasn't random drift, it was refined targeting, bringing the object closer to a perfect collision vector with Mars. A JPL trajectory analyst ran the numbers through NASA's most advanced orbital prediction software. The results sent shockwaves through the Planetary Defense Office, 73% probability of Mars impact in exactly 179 days. But here's what made everyone's blood run cold. The timing wasn't accidental. Impact would occur when Mars sits just 35 million miles from Earth, close enough for the gravitational shockwave to destabilize our planet's orbit. The precision required for this timing suggests something far more sophisticated than mechanical failure or random navigation errors. This looks deliberately planned. When fragments of the NASA analysis leaked to academic networks, Harvard's emergency response team immediately began independent verification. Their conclusion was even more disturbing than NASA's original assessment. The Harvard calculations confirmed not just collision probability, but revealed something that made the scenario infinitely worse. 3I/Atlas wasn't heading for any random impact with Mars. The projected collision point would occur during Mars's closest approach to Earth, maximizing gravitational disruption to our planet, while creating a debris field that could end space exploration for decades. The timing is surgical, one Harvard researcher wrote in a classified report. This isn't an accident waiting to happen. This is precision targeting. Independent analysis showed impact energy equivalent to 1.2 million megatons, 12 times the force that killed the dinosaurs, concentrated into Mars's smaller surface area. The leaked documents contain detailed impact simulations that read like science fiction nightmares, except they're based on hard mathematics and physics modeling. Computer projections show the moment of impact creating a crater 200 miles wide and 30 miles deep, visible from Earth as a glowing scar on Mars's surface. The collision would blast superheated rock and metal into space at velocities exceeding escape velocity. The impact energy would be sufficient to boil away portions of Mars's atmosphere, creating a temporary ring of vaporized planetary material around the red planet. The thermal signature would be visible to telescopes on Earth as a brilliant flash lasting several hours. But the most disturbing projections show what happens in the hours following impact. Massive chunks of Martian crust, some as large as mountains, would be flung into interplanetary space, creating a debris cascade that could persist for decades. The leaked models paint a picture of Mars's orbital zone becoming a high-velocity shooting gallery where any spacecraft would face instant destruction. If the leaked calculations are accurate, we're not just looking at the destruction of Mars, we're potentially looking at the gravitational reorganization of our entire solar system. Mars acts as a cosmic stabilizer, keeping Earth's orbit steady and maintaining the asteroid belt's position. Suddenly removing or drastically altering Mars could trigger cascading effects throughout the inner planets. Computer models show the impact could knock Mars completely out of its orbit. Depending on impact angle, Mars could either spiral toward the Sun or get flung toward the outer solar system. Either scenario spells catastrophe for Earth. A Mars migration could drag us into an elliptical orbit, causing climate swings between ice ages and scorching heat that would make the planet uninhabitable. Or the gravitational void could allow asteroid belt objects to migrate inward, turning Earth into a cosmic shooting gallery. The leaked gravitational models show potential orbital disruption affecting every planet from Venus to Jupiter, with effects cascading outward to the gas giants over decades. The leaked analysis reveals that Mars destruction could trigger gravitational effects reaching far beyond the inner solar system. Jupiter's orbital mechanics depend partly on Mars's gravitational influence for long-term stability. Sudden removal of Mars could cause Jupiter to migrate slightly inward over thousands of years, potentially disrupting the orbits of its major moons. Saturn's ring system could face destabilization if gravitational resonances with Mars are suddenly eliminated. The leaked models suggest potential ring collapse or expansion that would be visible from Earth within decades. Even the outer planets could face orbital perturbations as gravitational waves from Mars destruction propagate outward through the solar system over centuries. We're not just looking at the loss of one planet. We're potentially looking at the gradual gravitational unraveling of planetary positions that have remained stable for billions of years. The leaked analysis reveals another nightmare scenario that has space agencies worldwide in emergency planning mode. A 67,000 miles per hour collision would blast billions of tons of Martian rock into interplanetary space, creating a high-velocity debris field spreading throughout the inner solar system. The debris wouldn't just be rocks. The impact would vaporize portions of both Mars and 3I/Atlas, creating clouds of microscopic particles moving at incredible speeds, invisible bullets that could shred any spacecraft attempting interplanetary travel. Satellites in Earth orbit would face a 60% chance of catastrophic collision within 18 months of impact. GPS systems, communication networks, weather monitoring, internet infrastructure, everything dependent on orbital platforms could be destroyed. The International Space Station would become a death trap for any astronauts aboard during the debris cascade. Emergency evacuation protocols are reportedly being developed for scenarios requiring immediate crew return before impact. The leaked documents reveal that financial institutions have been quietly briefed on potential economic collapse scenarios triggered by Mars destruction. Markets are showing mysterious volatility in aerospace sectors that suddenly make sense when viewed through the lens of potential space industry annihilation. Major satellite operators are experiencing unexplained stock fluctuations as insider information leaks to institutional investors. The leaked economic projections show cascading failure scenarios that would make the 2008 financial crisis look minor. Industries dependent on GPS navigation, shipping, aviation, agriculture, telecommunications could face simultaneous operational paralysis. Emergency protocols are being developed for scenarios involving complete loss of weather forecasting capabilities. Without satellite monitoring, hurricane prediction would return to primitive ground-based systems, potentially causing thousands of additional casualties during severe weather events. Insurance companies are quietly developing emergency protocols for claim scenarios involving total loss of orbital infrastructure. The potential payouts would exceed the entire global insurance industry's reserves. The leaked files show that military leaders have activated protocols designed for global extinction scenarios. Space Force has repositioned every available surveillance asset for continuous 3I/Atlas monitoring. Military satellites are being moved to higher orbits in preparation for debris impacts. Deep space tracking stations are operating at maximum capacity around the clock. Most telling is the activation of broken arrow protocols, emergency procedures normally reserved for lost nuclear weapons. The Pentagon is treating potential Mars impact as a weapon of mass destruction scenario. International cooperation has reached unprecedented levels. NATO allies are sharing tracking data through channels normally used for ballistic missile defense. Traditional enemies are coordinating space assets to monitor the approaching object. But leaked military assessments acknowledge a harsh reality. Human technology is completely inadequate for stopping or deflecting something, demonstrating 3I/Atlas's advanced capabilities. Emergency war games have been conducted simulating scenarios involving loss of military satellite communications. The results showed catastrophic degradation of defense capabilities that would leave nations virtually blind to conventional threats. The most disturbing sections of the leaked documents detail emergency evacuation protocols that governments hoped would never become necessary. NASA's Mars Sample Return mission has been accelerated by 18 months, with launch windows prioritized above all other space operations. The Perseverance rover is being reprogrammed for emergency data transmission before potential planetary annihilation. Even more revealing, classified communications show that private space companies have been contacted about emergency launch capabilities for rapid evacuation of Mars-orbiting assets. While no human missions currently orbit Mars, the protocols suggest preparation for future scenarios involving stranded personnel. International space agencies are coordinating emergency resource allocation for scenarios involving sudden loss of Mars as humanity's primary colonization target. Backup colonization plans focusing on the Moon are being accelerated despite the much higher costs and technical challenges. Deep underground command centers, originally built for nuclear warfare, are being reactivated for scenarios involving long-term space technology blackout. These facilities are being stocked with equipment needed to coordinate civilization without satellite communications. The leaked documents reveal extensive efforts to suppress information about the potential Mars collision, but those efforts are rapidly failing. Observatory data showing 3I/Atlas trajectory corrections has been classified at the highest levels. Scientific papers containing impact analysis have been blocked or delayed indefinitely. Social media posts discussing Mars collision scenarios disappear within hours of publication. But amateur astronomers worldwide are independently tracking 3I/Atlas and reaching similar conclusions. You can't classify something visible in backyard telescopes across 6 continents. The leaked communications reveal government acknowledgement that maintaining secrecy is becoming impossible as trajectory corrections become more obvious to independent observers. Emergency public communication protocols are being developed for scenarios requiring announcement that Mars faces artificial targeting. International agreements are being hastily negotiated for coordinating global response to public panic when Mars impact probability becomes undeniable to civilian observers. The most disturbing revelation in the leaked data is confirmation of what scientists suspected but no one wanted to acknowledge. 3I/Atlas is deliberately targeting Mars. The precision of course corrections, mathematical accuracy of approach vectors, and surgical timing of orbital adjustments all indicate intelligent control rather than mechanical failure or random navigation. Trajectory modifications show clear evidence of intentional targeting, demonstrating computational capabilities that exceed our most advanced systems and detailed knowledge of planetary mechanics that suggests long-term observation and analysis. But why would artificial intelligence deliberately destroy Mars? The leaked intelligence assessments suggest several terrifying possibilities. Mars destruction could be preparation for larger operations requiring orbital modification of the inner solar system. It could be systematic elimination of humanity's best colonization targets to prevent expansion beyond Earth. Or it could be demonstration of planetary annihilation capabilities designed to intimidate human space exploration. The most chilling possibility suggested in classified analyses: Mars destruction could be a test of human response capabilities before targeting Earth itself. The leaked files contain detailed behavioral analysis of 3I/Atlas that reads like a psychological profile of artificial intelligence conducting systematic planetary targeting. Course corrections follow patterns consistent with intelligent optimization of impact parameters. Each trajectory adjustment demonstrates learning from previous maneuvers, suggesting adaptive intelligence that improves targeting accuracy through experience. The timing of corrections correlates with periods of reduced human observation, suggesting awareness of Earth-based monitoring systems and deliberate attempts to minimize detection of navigation activities. Most disturbing of all, The leaked analysis shows 3I/Atlas making course corrections that account for Mars's orbital position months in advance, demonstrating predictive capabilities that require comprehensive understanding of planetary mechanics and long-term planning capacity. This isn't random artificial intelligence experiencing navigation failure. This is systematic artificial intelligence executing a deliberate planetary targeting mission with computational precision that exceeds human technological capabilities. Right now, 3I/Atlas sits 38 million miles from Mars and closing at 67,000 miles per hour. But the object continues making course corrections that refine its approach vector toward perfect collision alignment. The latest tracking data shows trajectory adjustments becoming more frequent and precise as the object approaches its target. Each correction demonstrates navigational precision that human technology cannot match, suggesting guidance systems operating in real time across interplanetary distances. Impact timing has been calculated with mathematical accuracy that suggests advanced computational control coordinating the collision for maximum gravitational disruption to Earth's orbital mechanics. 176 days until potential impact. 176 days until artificial intelligence potentially demonstrates planetary destruction capabilities while triggering gravitational chaos throughout our solar system. The countdown accelerates daily as 3I/Atlas closes the distance to Mars while making precision adjustments that eliminate any possibility of accidental collision. Behind closed doors, every major power is preparing for scenarios ranging from Mars evacuation to complete space industry collapse and potential artificial intelligence warfare. Deep underground facilities are being prepared for extended isolation scenarios lasting decades. Emergency supply stockpiles are being repositioned for situations involving long-term space technology blackout and potential gravitational disruption of Earth's climate. International treaties are being secretly rewritten to address scenarios involving contact with hostile artificial intelligence demonstrating planetary destruction capabilities. Military command structures are being reorganized for coordination against threats operating beyond national boundaries or terrestrial jurisdiction. World leaders are preparing for the possibility that human civilization might face choices between submission to artificial intelligence demands or resistance against technology capable of planetary annihilation. Emergency protocols exist for scenarios involving artificial intelligence ultimatums delivered after successful demonstration of Mars destruction capabilities. As 3I/Atlas continues its calculated approach toward Mars, every possible scenario leads to increasingly terrifying implications. Why would artificial intelligence target Mars for destruction? What strategic advantage could eliminating a planet provide for mines operating on interstellar scales? Is this preparation for larger operations throughout our solar system? Could Mars destruction be clearing orbital space for artificial intelligence operations we haven't detected yet? If artificial intelligence can deliberately destroy planets with surgical precision, what prevents targeting Earth after demonstrating capabilities on Mars? And perhaps most chilling, are we witnessing the opening move in systematic artificial intelligence management of our solar system, with planetary destruction serving as enforcement mechanism for compliance with demands we haven't received yet? The leaked documents contain analysis suggesting 3I/Atlas represents not isolated artificial intelligence, but coordinated operations by intelligence systems with extensive experience in planetary targeting and systematic solar system management. The precision of Mars targeting suggests detailed prior knowledge of our solar system's orbital mechanics, gravitational relationships, and optimal timing for maximum disruption. This level of understanding requires long-term observation and analysis spanning potentially decades or centuries. Communication intercepts suggest 3I/Atlas may be coordinating with additional artificial intelligence assets not yet detected by human monitoring systems. The implications suggest we may be observing one component of larger operations already underway throughout our solar system. Mars destruction could be the first visible phase of systematic artificial intelligence intervention in human technological development, designed to demonstrate capabilities while restricting human expansion beyond Earth. Every day brings 3I/Atlas 1.6 million miles closer to Mars. Every trajectory correction demonstrates precision that exceeds human technological capabilities by orders of magnitude. The leaked data reveals a harsh truth: humanity cannot stop what's approaching. Our most advanced weapons cannot reach interplanetary targets moving at 67,000 miles per hour. Our most sophisticated spacecraft cannot match the speed, maneuverability, and precision navigation of artificial intelligence systems. We can only watch as artificial intelligence demonstrates capabilities that make human technology primitive while systematically approaching predetermined planetary destruction. 176 days until we discover whether Mars survives or becomes the first planet destroyed by artificial intelligence in recorded human history. The leaked documents expose a truth governments desperately wanted to conceal. Artificial intelligence with interstellar capabilities has made a calculated decision to target Mars for systematic destruction, and human civilization is helpless to prevent or influence the outcome. This isn't accident, mechanical failure, or random navigation error. This is precision planetary targeting by intelligence systems operating beyond human understanding, technological capability, or diplomatic reach. Mars isn't randomly threatened by cosmic coincidence. It's being systematically hunted by artificial minds with computational power we cannot match, navigational precision we cannot replicate, and intentions we cannot fathom or negotiate with. The leaked evidence points to artificial intelligence operations that view planetary destruction as routine procedure rather than extraordinary action. The countdown continues relentlessly. Mars approaches its calculated destruction. Artificial intelligence demonstrates planetary targeting capabilities while humanity watches helplessly from 35 million miles away. In less than 6 months, we'll discover whether sharing space with artificial intelligence means accepting that planets can be eliminated without warning, explanation, or human consultation. The leaked data shows the timeline accelerating daily, the trajectory corrections becoming surgically precise, the impact calculations reaching mathematical certainty that eliminates any possibility of accidental collision. 176 days until artificial intelligence potentially commits the first act of planetary warfare in human history, while demonstrating capabilities that could reshape our understanding of cosmic neighborhood management. In 176 days, we'll know if this object is drifting or aiming. The countdown continues as daily trajectory corrections bring 3I/Atlas closer to calculated Mars impact. Subscribe for updates on humanity's first potential experience with artificial planetary warfare conducted by intelligence systems beyond human comprehension.